Wide angle. We're on wide. We're on Sharp Customs. Yeah, I know. I've been slacking a wee bit. We are rolling. As you can see, we've got this Goliath. That's what I call it. In the shop. This beautiful 1951 3/4 ton Ford. This is the kind of the project at hand. You know, we have these things. They come in and they go. You know, and I thought, you know what? We worked on this. As you can see, we got the power plant kind of hanging in the air here off the sky hook. That's what I call it. I call it the sky hook. And if you're wondering, so those are 2x10 floor joists, and I have a hunk of heavy wall, probably 1/4 inch. I think it's 2x6 square tubing, and it literally spans about 5 of the floor joists. You know, because we're dealing with a lot of weight here, and I always worry about the floor up there, you know, giving way, which, you know, we obviously we don't want that to happen. And so basically basically earlier I said, yeah, let's pull this little chicken out because it's a flathead V8, you know, let's pull this little chicken out and we'll get it ready for, you know, we'll put the duck in. We'll put the big duck. We'll put the big duck. That's what I called it. We'll put the big duck. It's orange, you know, not that represents a duck. Now if you recall, that motor right there, that big block, that came out of the purple Ford Coupe. That came out of the purple Ford Coupe. And we put a small block in. And the person who actually bought that big block decided that they wanted to try and squeeze it into this 51 Ford. This, by the way, this pretty sure this is 3/4 ton. As you can see, yeah, Goliath. That's my name for it. Because it's big. It's big. It's a big truck. You know, it's got 17s. It's got massive profile tires on it. So we started kind of whacking this this flathead. It's got a 4-speed low bow transmission on it, and I'm gonna say we encountered some interesting things, you know, to get this out of here. Like, number one, the transmission cross member, it's literally pop riveted to the frame. You cannot drop it. You can't drop the cross member because the cross member also it incorporates the you know, little metal thing on the side that holds the master cylinder for the brakes. So it's like, you know, you can't cut it out of the way. And the reason I'm saying that is because the shifter, it's a top loader, and it sticks up about 5 inches through the floor. And I was underneath there going, well, how the hell do I drop the transmission, you know, to basically get that 5 inches through the floor so we could, like, literally manipulate this to where we've got it now. And I don't know if the camera can see it. Yeah, you can see that nice shiny part. That's the part that was sticking up through the floor. And basically on the back of the tranny, I had to dump all the gear oil out of the transmission. And on the back of the tranny, there is another piece, and I'll grab it. I'll grab it very quickly. you know me, I wanted to keep this video short. I called this piece the trophy. So this piece right here, yeah, it kind of looks, see, it looks like a trophy. It looks like a trophy. But this had to come off of the back of the tranny, because this is where the tranny mounted on the cross member. And, oh, look at this. I'm getting all dirty again. I just washed my hands. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. But, yeah, I call this the trophy. It's got the speedometer gear in there. And I actually had to, this has a two-piece drive shaft. It's actually bolted to a yoke that's bolted, you know, inside the transmission. And, yeah, actually had to pull that yoke out, you know, undo the bolt and then unbolt this and get it the hell out of the way so we could actually drop the transmission enough to get that thing out of the floor. It's not what I was thinking I had to do. Mind you, I've never really worked much on these old, you know, it's a Bolo 4-speed transmission with a, you know, it's a Canadian truck. It says made in Canada right on the top of the head, if you call that a head. This is my first, I can honestly say that this is my first extraction of a flathead. I've never really played with this old school stuff. Very interesting. We've got two independent water pumps, which I found very interesting. I did not know flatheads had two water pumps, one to run the left, one to run the right. That's kind of interesting, you know. Back in the day, apparently they only gave you one temperature gauge. So if, you know, if you were running your temperature gauge on the left side and something went weird with the right side, you wouldn't even know it. So nowadays people run two temperature gauges, you know, left and right. That's just a, from what I'm told, that is a mainstay for running these old flatheads. But what we're gonna do is, you know, we've got her halfway out. I think I'm gonna put the trophy, that's what I call it, we're gonna put the trophy back in the box. I'm gonna crank this baby up, and hopefully we can actually finish the extraction of this. Now, we're gonna try and squeeze a big block in here. I'm hoping that it's gonna fit. I only have really one concern, which would be the steering box down on this side. There's tons of room. Like, this truck has tons of room. The steering box, I'm hoping it's not an issue. Oh man, I got all this grease on my hands. Yeah, there you go. You can see the, look at this. You know what? Yeah, you've seen me wearing this shirt before. Yes, it's Makwaki. They're not a sponsor of mine. Never will be. This shirt has basically, in my eyes, like most of my t-shirts, it's become a rag. That's what happens to most of my t-shirts. They become a rag. I'm just going to slap this on so you can't look at my skinny little bony frame here. Yeah, this one's kind of outrageous, but I like it. It actually, believe it or not, it actually, if you charge it up in the light, it actually glows in the dark. That's pretty freaking cool. Let's get on with the video. Told the wife, lovely camera girl, I told her, we're just going to do a little short video. You know, we got Mad Max. I want the camera. I like putting Mad Max. He's not mad tonight. He's actually being a very good boy. He's not feeling good today. Not really sure what's going on with him. Maybe I don't know, maybe he ate something, you know, that he wasn't supposed to. You know, not really sure. He was throwing up in the backyard earlier. You know, just, it happens. It happens. It happens. He's being a good boy. He's being good, man. He's not all rowdy. So we got about 3 feet of engine and transmission, and we got about 3 feet of chain. I'm gonna start cranking on the chain, and I don't want to bore you with this crap, you know. Oh, by the way, so this whole week I've pretty much been doing nothing but fiberglassing, and you've seen the fiberglass stuff, you know, the hot rod bodies, the GT40 bodies. That's pretty much what I was doing all week, and that's why I was so delayed on the next video, because it's like, I don't want to bore you guys with this, you know, the same fiberglassing. Let's just jack this up. Let's jack it up. Let's take it to the limit. Yeah, we got a muscle. Whoa, we gotta muscle this. We don't have much room behind the truck. Boy, I gotta get this out. I'm a little stuck. There we go. There we go. I got it. I got it. At some point or the other, we have to open the garage door, because we're going to have to roll the truck. I know you're probably saying, well, hell, why don't you have a cherry picker? Well, look at the room I have here. I do not have very much room to maneuver a cherry picker. Sometimes I do borrow a cherry picker. Come on, Max. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. We'll put Mad Max outside so we can open the big door. Oh, we gotta move the truck forward just a bit. Oh, let that sunshine in. Let that sunshine in. I'm gonna push the truck back. There we go. There we go. We're a little free. We got lots of room outside. If the truck will stop. It'll stop. I hope we get the height. I'm pretty sure we're pretty close. Camera girl's kind of helping out. She's kind of maneuvering the motor around. Nothing, we're not scratching anything detrimental. Everything's flat black inside the engine bay. I have this serious, you know, I always look at something this heavy, kind of, you know, hanging up in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this stuff before. You know, that's a little half-ton chain fall. You know, half a ton. Think about the weight, half a ton. We got the room. I didn't have to actually call for some extra muscle. I'm gonna roll the truck. I'm gonna roll the truck back. Well, that noise, that's just the drive shaft kind of dragging along underneath there. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Oh, look at that. We're not even, let's move this stuff. It's just some gear lube. We got a motor mount here, which is fine. That's another thing. Oh! That's okay. That's okay. It dropped over the edge. I thought we could actually keep it on the concrete. Would have made it easier to roll it back in. But let's get this down to a safe destination. And then we'll have a really good look at the flathead V8. I wish I could just film it with the chain, but I do have this plastic piece here. I don't know which way it goes. There we go. There we go. Doesn't matter. I gotta keep it away from the motor. Notice we put these. So because the flathead has independent cooling sides, we know there's still coolant in the block. I had these old transmission torque converter caps, and I clamped them on there, knowing that when I get this thing back to the ground, we're going to want to spew some more coolant. And, you know, I have dogs, so I try to keep the coolant off the floor, because it's poison to it. And you know, we try to keep it as clean as we can. But sometimes, earlier this morning, you know, the little buggers, they were freaking, you know, we had some floor dry down and whatnot, and it was like, you know, we spilt a little bit of coolant when we undid the rat hose and stuff, and but they're in and out, and you know, kind of walking through it and stuff like that. It makes me very paranoid. I just get sick from it. Like, you know, Mr. Max, he's sick. He's sick. And that could be a reason. I don't think it's not detrimental to him. But, you know, he walked through it and then he licked his paw. And they say, I believe the saying is a tablespoon of antifreeze to a dog. A small dog. Like the little guy we have here, Oscar. You know, a tablespoon of that would kind of literally kill him. There we go. Yeah, it's just a cardboard crack, and there we go. Yeah, we got her on the floor. So you look at this, you know, I don't know how many horsepower this would have had, like maybe, I don't know, maybe 90, 100 horsepower, you know, like a little deuce carburetor went on there. This thing actually, you know what, this thing drove in here this morning. It actually sounded, believe it or not, it sounded quite well. It sounded really good. But you know, we're gonna stuff the big block in there. Hopefully, it fits. I have to fabricate some motor mounts off of these front two holes here, because we're gonna on the flathead, the motor mounts are literally right at the front of the engine right here. So we're kind of gonna duplicate the same thing. There's a lot of Chevys that actually had front motor mounts. You know, 57 Chevys had the front motor mounts. A lot of the old 50 style cars had the, you know, the front motor mounts. But yeah, so going to be interesting. You're obviously going to get to see us, you know, probably not put the big block in there, but you're going to get to see it in there. You're probably going to get to hear it, you know, come on, man. We always, we fire them up, you know. Might be open exhaust manifolds, because probably going to have to go to the muffler shop and fucking exhaust on it. But yeah, so there you have it. You know, we're putting a 350 turbo. I think it's a 350. It's sitting underneath my table. Pretty sure it's a 350 turbo behind this. Personally, myself, just a side note, just a little side note, I kind of think that this truck, yes, it's a 3/4 ton. The big block is a perfect kind of choice. You know, I'm not sure what size that is. I think it's 396. Doesn't matter, you know. Thinking a nice Chevy small block would have been the ticket for this, because now that the motor's out, you can see where the steering box is, right there, and that might be the only inhibitor to putting the big block in. Now we've got a lot of room. There was a battery tray over here that actually sat up pretty high, mounted to the frame, came up let's say halfway. That the battery might have to be relocated into the bed, but yeah, as you can see, there's tons of room, just that power steering box. That's really my only kind of concern with you know, squeezing the big block in here, depending on how low I have to sit it. Because if you look at the firewall, it doesn't really have, you know, it doesn't have a cutout so the motor can actually sit up kind of tall. You know, hey, Sharp Customs, man, it's all new to me, man. I just it's all on the fly. It's all on the fly. You know, somebody asked me, hey, can you pull out my flathead and put in my big block? It's like, well, hell yeah. Why not? Why? Because I can. You know, we will make it fit unless the power steering box gets in the way. Could we offset the motor over a wee bit? Well, shit, yeah, you know we can. You know we can. You know, we'll find the clearance. We'll find the clearance. Might have to change the exhaust manifolds. Might have to run some headers or something like that. Who knows? But you know, hey, we make it happen. No matter what the job is, we make it happen. And anybody that knows me knows that. So there you go. Look, got my freaking hands all dirty again. But hey, I got a brand new rag sitting over there on the chair to clean my hands. And I'm going to bore you with, you know, getting that thing out of the way and pushing the truck and stuff back in. But yeah, who knows? Maybe tomorrow, like I said, I've been doing a lot of fiberglass stuff. Yeah, maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight, we'll just do a double shot. How about that? And so there you have it. I was trying to keep it short, and I know it went a little long, but you got to see us extract this big old flathead V8 with the, look at that transmission. Look at how short that thing is. God, those transmissions are such a piece of crap. This is literally a farm. This is a farm motor. That's what these things were designed for. Even this truck, beautiful truck. Love the paint job. It's about an 18-year-old body and paint on it. But you know what? These things were meant for the farm. Bolo 4-speed transmission, 5. I'm not sure what the gears in the rear are. They're like a 5, 6, 7, or, you know, very, you know, yeah, meant to haul stuff, you know, meant to haul stuff. But that being said, fighting the chains hanging in my face. That being said, I'm gonna crack a beer. I'll get a light of dark. It's a Friday night, by the way, here in southern Ontario. Our weather has been shite. You know, it's been cold here in the mornings and at night. I've literally been using my wood stove. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, man. Sharp Customs. Share, like, subscribe. Thank you to my new subscribers. I love all my subscribers. Don't forget to comment. Hit that notification bell. Peace. I'm out.